happened? Look, something just happened. Uh-oh. Start. Do I have two going on at one time? This is not good. Why is this happening?
There you go. What's that sign?
Join a Google Hangout on air. I don't want that. Oh my gosh.
Hit the button in the middle, maybe.
Start.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, I think that. Mm-mm. What?
What if you hit the center of the screen in the other one?
Okay, let me just try this. Join? Now I'm joining myself? Oh my God, you're already in a video call. Take me there? End the other call? I don't want to end the other call, do I?
Take me there.
Yeah, but then I have two going on at one time. Okay, I think that's right. Okay. Well, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us today to our Google Hangout, our Marketing Google Hangout. I am Sylvia Kalicak, National Sales Director with Mary Kay. And I just want to take the time to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to listen to our Mary Kay opportunity. Perhaps you are on this call to just because you're intrigued, just because you want to hear a little something more. Maybe you know nothing at all about Mary Kay, but know this, that if you were asked to hear this call or watch this call, it is because your consultant sees something great in you, sees that you would possibly benefit from Mary Kay and would be an asset to Mary Kay. I know myself, 24 years ago this week, I became a Mary Kay consultant. And I would have never in 100,000 years thought that this would be something that I would do as a career. You know, I had graduated from the University of Florida with a degree in dietetics. I was a registered dietitian and literally had my dream job. I was working at a hospital as a director of a health management program working with morbidly obese patients. It literally was my dream job. I was making great money, so I thought. I had gone to school 4 years, graduated with a degree, and got a job right away. And anyways, a nurse that worked for me at the hospital was a consultant, and she talked about Mary Kay all the time. I didn't know why. I couldn't understand why. I didn't wear makeup. I had never been in sales, never wanted to be in sales. And so she talked about Mary Kay. I was a little intrigued, but I thought, oh, really? You're not going to make money selling lipstick. But as God would have it, I, as her boss, had to fire her because of budget cutbacks and layoffs. And so I agreed to have a Mary Kay facial. So she came to my house with her director to give me a Mary Kay facial. And I truly was not even going to purchase anything, much less become a consultant. I was just doing it as a favor. So they show up. The director said, watch what I do today and see if you can see yourself doing it too. And inside I thought, now clearly she is not talking about doing this. I would never. I have a great job. Well, by the end of the facial, I became a Mary Kay consultant. What I did was I fell in love with the products, but I also fell in love with the possibility, the hope of dreaming my little girl dreams again. And I wasn't really in need of a new career. I wasn't in need of extra money. I was 23 years old and I had just purchased my first home. I was getting married 2 weeks after that facial. So everything was great. It wasn't like I was searching, but the possibilities of owning my own business, yet having the support of another company, the possibilities of making a 6-figure income, of traveling the world, earning free cars, intrigued me. At the hospital, I would never, ever get that. So at the end of the facial, I became a consultant. I thought, wow, if I could just make $50 a week and buy a fun pair of shoes every week, that's great. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, maybe in 5 years, I could quit my job at the hospital and I could be a work from home mom, because I knew I would never have that possibility working 10-hour days at the hospital. And so I really did it as a plan B. And so for me, what appealed to me was a 50% profit on the product, which was very reasonably priced. And then I got intrigued about the career path. So the nice thing as a consultant, you can choose to take advantage of the retail sales and making 50% profit. And you can also take advantage of the career path, which allows you to move into a leadership position where you continue to make profit on your sales, but you also make a profit on your team, which comes from Mary Kay corporate, not from their pocketbook. So everybody has their own Mary Kay business, independent beauty consultants, but yet has so many perks as if you worked for a really, really cool company. So the nice thing about Mary Kay is we've been around for 52 years. It was started by a woman in her 40s that got tired of climbing the corporate ladder and still not making as much as men did. And so she wanted to be able to give women an opportunity to keep their priorities in order with their faith, family, and career. That intrigued me because at the time, my whole life was just my job, which is great. You know, work 10, 12 hours a day when you're 23 years old and you don't really have a life. But I wanted a life. And so there's so many things that can come from this business, from personal growth. I didn't think I needed personal growth, but it is amazing when you're hanging around positive, powerful women that are faith-filled, that iron sharpens iron. And it really, not only the sisterhood, but just being around women that made me better. I grew so much more. So the personal growth is great. The tax advantages. Being January, I knew, oh my gosh, I'm single. I need to have some tax advantages. And so imagine being able to write off your gas, your cell phone, your coffee, you know, lots of things that are legitimate tax write-offs that you probably spend money on anyways, but now you're working your Mary Kay business and you can incorporate that and get a lot of great tax advantages. Also, the flexibility. For me, when I started Mary Kay, I didn't have kids. Mary Kay has been with me through so many stages of my life. Now, then I had children. Now my children are grown. They're 19 and 21. They have grown up in the pink Mary Kay bubble, never having been in daycare, being able to take them to school and pick them up in a pink Cadillac, be the room mom, and still make a six-figure income working from home. And so for me, never did I imagine that I would have a child that would be special needs. And my youngest was diagnosed with autism 17 years ago, back when people didn't even talk about autism. And the only reason I share that is because maybe you have a special needs child, maybe you don't, but this is the deal. Sometimes things happen in our life that we never expect. And it's so nice that for me, I had my Mary Kay business to get me through that. Because I worked my business smart and hard when I could, when life happened, I was able to take a step back and my business still kept working, still kept running. So I was able to take him to daily therapies 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 6 years. I don't know about you, but at the hospital, I could have never, ever done that. And so for me, the possibility of that kind of flexibility, I would have never imagined. Not to mention the income, because it was so expensive to pay for his therapy, up to $5,000 a month cash, to be able to provide that for him, where that was double what I used to take home from the hospital, to provide that for him without going into debt. Oh my gosh, what a blessing. And now he is 19 years old. At one time, I just wanted him to recognize me as his mother. And now he is totally independent, in high school, graduating this year, learning to drive. And yesterday, he just officially got his first job. And so next year, he'll go to college. So, you know what, again, it's not about whether your son's autistic, my son's autistic. It's about life and having a career that you can sprinkle in everything that you do and that you can keep your priorities in order while still feeling fulfilled as a woman, financially set, and keeping your priorities in order. That to me is true flexibility. So for me, just the fact that I can be a part of a company that is solid and stable, 52 years, debt-free, and over 35 markets worldwide, and just truly being able to enrich women's lives, knowing that, you know, to have that kind of experience, I needed that backing, because there's a lot of fly-by-night companies that come and go and promise great things that you don't have to do anything and you'll get rich overnight. I don't believe that. I was willing to work hard at the hospital, and I knew that if I was willing to work hard for myself, that anything's possible. And that's what I love about my Mary Kay business, is even my hardest day in Mary Kay is like piece of cake compared to my hardest day at the hospital, because it's so much fun. So we've had lots of great benefits, the prizes and recognition. This bracelet I have on is just one of the prizes, and the diamond ring that I have on is just one of 6 diamond rings that I've earned. I've earned trips around the world, courtesy of Mary Kay. Every single year, you get to bring your spouse if you earn the trip, and when you're a national sales director, which is another level of the career path, which I reached that top level in less than 10 years of being a sales director. I became a sales director within a year of starting my business. I started Mary Kay. I earned my free card 10 months after starting while working my full-time job. 3 months later, quit my job, and I've never looked back. Make 6 to 8 times what I made while working full-time at the hospital. Those are true benefits. Would you agree? And so as whether you are enjoying the journey, whether you are a top national sales director, you are getting all those benefits. You can earn the trips and the cars as a director, and as a national, you automatically get that. So the career path is exciting. I've earned over 15 free cars with Mary Kay. And countless countries I've traveled to courtesy of Mary Kay till I retire as a national sales director, the top level of the career path. We have disability, we have life insurance, we have of course, retirement as well. We get a free Cadillac every 2 years. We get a free trip every year that we don't even have to earn. I mean, what company provides that kind of luxury accommodations? And here I work for myself at my own pace with my own schedule. So my children have been blessed with having this career. And then I want to just share with you really quick 6 qualities that we find in a successful consultant. And if you have any of these qualities, we'd love to work with you. If you have none of these qualities, you can remain our fabulous customer, because we love you anyways, whether you choose to be with Mary Kay as a customer or as a consultant. So number 1, busy. Busy people get more done. I find the busier I have going on, the more to-do lists I have, the more I get done. It doesn't take a lot of time to do Mary Kay, but it's learning the right way to do it and working it in your schedule. And we'll teach you everything you need to know with that. Busy people get more done. The next quality is somebody that can use extra money, because really, if you just won the lottery, you're not going to be motivated to work. But if you can benefit from extra money, whether it's for your children's education, an extra vacation, whatever, you'll be motivated to work. So if you need extra money, good. Number 3, somebody that's not the sales type. Women love to shop. Women love to buy. We have now where our customers can go to our websites and purchase everything they want online, but they don't like to be pressured. So the less of a salesperson you are, just show and let them buy, then that will actually make you more successful. For me, that was helpful because I'm still not the sales type. I just like to show people what I love. The next thing is somebody that doesn't know a lot of people, because your friends and family will not make you rich. I had to wait 17 years for my sister to do a Mary Kay party for me. And frankly, I didn't have a lot of support. So, one big mistake you can do is if you ask your friends, if I do Mary Kay, will you buy from me? Well, you're already applying pressure by saying that. So the best thing is make your decision, go to training, and we'll teach you everything you need to know to get a great response and get your appointments booked, and we will support you step by step with that. But you don't need to know a lot of people. What you do need to know is everywhere you go, there's women with skin. And for me, that was the one question I asked. And I thought, well, gosh, you're right. Everywhere you go, there's women with skin. So you can build your business anywhere. We don't have any territories. And everywhere you go, there are women with skin. Finally, somebody that's family oriented does really well with Mary Kay, because they will use their family as a reason to succeed and not an excuse not to. When my son was diagnosed with autism, that gave me more excitement, motivation to work and build my business. And that's when I became a national sales director. So use your family as a reason and not an excuse. Somebody that is decisive, maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. Make a decision. Really, what's the worst thing that can happen? If you become a Mary Kay consultant, you can purchase your own products at a discount, you make some new friends, you have a plan B, and you just don't know. But if you never give it a try, you never know. Make that decision. And finally, somebody that has that sleeping giant inside of them. Maybe you want more out of life. Maybe you are shy and you don't want to be shy anymore. Maybe you stopped dreaming. And you just need an opportunity like this to make those dreams come true and waken that sleeping giant inside of you where anything is possible. So I just thank you for taking the time to listen today. And this is just a snippet, just the tip of the iceberg. If you have any questions, talk to the person that asked you to listen today, because there's no such thing as a bad question. And you want to be an informed woman. An intelligent woman will not make a decision without the information. So be an intelligent woman that you are. Get more information if you need to, but don't let fear stop you. Dream big dreams and know that this opportunity can make it happen. Thanks for listening today and have a great day.